Movement Online. I hope you're having a really good day today. It's been so beautiful out lately. I love the spring. It's my favorite season, and I actually just got out my rollerblades recently. I'm learning. I tried to learn last summer, didn't work. Now I'm trying to learn again, and I wanted to share a story with you that happened the other day because it was so sweet and wonderful, and I just can't not share it with my Movement Online family. So I was rollerblading by myself, and I was going pretty slowly because that's where I'm at right now. And I heard someone say, "Behind you." So I stepped off the path for a moment, and there was this family that was biking towards me. And it was a mom and her young child, and then after her, a daughter, a little girl, and then after her, a little boy, and then after him, the dad. All in a straight line, super cute. And as they passed by, I apologized for being in their way and just said, "Hey, I'm learning. This is all super new to me." And so the mom passed by, and then the little girl passed by, and she looked at me, and she said, "Oh, you're learning? You're doing really good." And then she continued to pass by, and then the little boy passed by me, and he looked at me and said, "Yeah, I think you're doing a great job." And then he passed by, and then the dad passed by, just all smiling, and I thanked them, and they went on their way. And I don't know if what they said was true, because within 5 minutes I'd fallen down after that. But it blessed me so much. It was so encouraging. And I hope that those parents were proud of their kids because, man, to go out of your way to show kindness to a stranger, to say something encouraging and supportive to someone you haven't even met, it was beautiful. And I'll remember it for a long time. And it actually reminded me of something that my parents used to say to me when I was a kid. So my parents would go on weekly dinner dates, and they'd get a babysitter for my sister and I, and write to be a blessing in both word and in action. And I was wondering, where does that come from? Where do we see that in the Bible? And there's actually a passage in Genesis, way back in the beginning, that I want to share with you. It's Genesis chapter 22, verses 17 and 18. And this is a promise of God to a man named Abraham. "I will certainly bless you. I will multiply your descendants beyond number, like stars in the sky and the sand on the seashore. Your descendants will conquer the cities of their enemies. And through your descendants, all the nations of earth will be blessed. All because you have obeyed me." That right there, right in Genesis, we see that God made a promise that Abraham's descendants would be a blessing to all the nations around them. And we see this actually take place. We see this promise come to fruition throughout the Bible because Abraham had a child and there were more generations and they had children and it continued to expand to the nation of Israel. And then generation and generation later, we see this baby born named Jesus. And through Jesus' miraculous birth and his sinless life and his death for us on the cross, all nations were blessed. That because of Jesus, not only are we saved, but we come into relationship with God. And so every nation, every culture, every person is blessed. But it doesn't stop there, because the word also says that as freely you have received, freely give. And we know that I have a challenge for you this morning. And I'm just going to narrow it down to one thing, because there are a lot of things that you can do to be a blessing in your community. But I just want to have one simple action, and that's to call someone. There's someone in your life right now that God wants to bless through you. And if you ask him, he'll show you. So call one person. And don't call to vent or just to chat, but call to encourage them and to bless them and to speak words of support and love. Let's be a blessing. Hey, thanks so much for doing this Devo with me this morning. I'm excited for when I get to see you next. I hope you have a great week. Thanks.